All right, this is my first video that I'm gonna have being updated, not just updated. What's the word? Man, I did not come prepared. Um, we're editing, where I finally have editing. Like I don't know. Here's a picture of a gun right here. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you about myself. So I'm a. Sorry about the shaking. I'm a YouTuber, a very small YouTuber. I'm here just to. At first, originally, yeah, the lights are right here, there. Sorry, I get sidetracked. Yeah, originally I was here to make videos about video games, like this game right here, and this game right here. So, since I've been making videos about video games here and there, I'd make games with a friend of mine. So, we just played video games for fun, obviously. And then we'd post them on YouTube. I'm not much of a poster. He is. That's why I had at the beginning of this video, I'd have about 15 subscribers, 14 subscribers. Hopefully I'd have more by the end of this. By the end of what I'm trying to reach. But so what I'm gonna talk about is obviously I'm trying to go further into YouTube business. I'm gonna talk about like what are my topics of getting to work wise. Right now I have a full-time job at as a retailer. That's really about it. I'm trying to get into a job of private selling. So if you don't know what private selling is, it's basically you're a dealer or you're a private seller. So dealers, and this is only firearm wise. No ammunition, just firearms, strictly firearms. So I'm. Hold on, let me move my chair real quick. All right, that's better. So I'm strictly only doing firearms. For the firearms, I'm either still debating because I'm still slowly getting into it. But basically, there's dealers, dealers, and then there's private salesmen. So a private salesman, let me go over here. Dealers is basically you're allowed to, by law, to sell firearms or ammunition because you have the license, you have the ownership of the gun. Actually, it's not really the ownership. You have the paperwork to sell the firearm. And there's another, I guess the same thing for ammunition. But what private selling is private selling, you can, in the state of Texas, which I live in right now, I'm not sure about any other states. It could be different. It possibly is different. But in the state of Texas, we can private sell without a background check. But for your own safety, you can background check. But if you were to do that, you'd have more of a chance of not getting the sale as much as being a dealer. Because as a dealer, you're required to do a background check. But in Texas, that changed. You don't need a background check anymore. All you need is a license, a address of where you live. There's another that I'm not too familiar with. So the reason why I'm not too familiar with it is because I own firearms, but I didn't buy them myself. They were given to me as a gift. So that's where that comes in as a private salesman. Private salesman, you can either do it to you can give a weapon like this one. You can give a weapon to a friend, to a family, or to someone you don't know. If you give this gun to them as a gift, you can give it to them as a gift. You can give it to them as a present. It can be, I don't know, just present, birthday gift, whatever. Or you can even give it to it as a like something with a price tag, basically. So if I was to, and this is not a real gun. This is not a real gun. Disclaimer. I own airsoft pistols, and so these are airsoft pistols. And just to show that it's, see, and all right, there. Now I'm in safety guidelines of showing you that this is what you could do. So technically you could, I don't know how it works with airsoft, but with firearms, like real ones, this is a plastic one basically. Up here is metal and down here is polymer. And this right here is metal. So basically you can get the firearm. You could do whatever you want to it. Like you can change the trigger, you could change the barrel, you can change the slide, the frame. You can do whatever you want to it. The only thing is if you sell it to someone and they don't like it, you have to keep it until someone actually wants to buy the weapon. But let me point to it, safe direction. So if you want to give it, or not give it, but if you, I guess that too. If you want to give it to someone, make sure they know the make sure you know your state laws of giving it to someone as a gift, because in other states there's a big thing of if you give it to someone, it's you get a fine of it. I don't know how it works because in Texas there is none of that. I was given 2 weapons. I was given this gun right here, and I was also given this gun right here. So they're both pretty amazing. The first one I've had since I was probably 14, and right now I am about to be 20. And the other one I've had since I was probably 16. So I've had them for a good fair amount of years. Even though the first one is technically a 22 LR, I have had no jams, and I've had over 1,000 shots, 1,000 rounds into that gun. So there's nothing wrong with the gun. Nor am I, and I'm also using Winchester rounds. I'm not using CCI or Remington or anything like that. I'm using just straight Winchester. There's nothing special about the Winchester rounds. It's just Winchester. They're not hollow points. They're just the bullet itself. Standard rounds. So if you were to give it as a gift, check with your state laws before you do it. Also, if you were to sell it to someone, make sure you have a bill of sale. Bill of sale. And the reason why I repeat that is because if you want to keep in safety of selling a firearm, if it's in your laws of you can do it, make sure you do the bill of sale, because it can keep track of who you sold it to, when, where, and what gun, what caliber does it use, and your name is on there, their name is on there, and they would have to have proof of license just to make sure that they're an actual person and not just some scam or they're just trying to take the gun, do bad with it. And if police do come to your door, at least you now have proof of who bought it from you, So it's not your problem anymore. It's technically theirs, just because you have proof of who they were and who they bought it from, and that was you. Or you can go another route. You can either, actually there's two other ones. You can go through an auction, and that's the one I'm trying to go through, but it's a little complicated because there's a lot of things with auctions. I'm not too familiar with auctions. Neither is my family, except my grandpa, but we don't live in the same town, and I don't want to go back and forth. So with auctions is basically you can sell your firearm to the auction or give it to them, and they will make sure that, not completely make sure, but someone will buy it off of the auction, but technically they're in the middle. So do I have a pen in here? No, I have this. So right here, so technically you're here, this is the auction, and this is the buyer. So if you give it to the auction, they're in the middle, right? So if the buyer gets it from the auction, they're technically getting it from you, but not directly from you. So there's the safety guideline, this is the middle, is that the gun is in the middle. And there's a lot more to that. I'm still trying to figure out all the specifics on how that works. And also you can go to a gun show. If you don't know what a gun show is basically a place of where you're able to sell firearms without a license. And this is only in Texas. I'm not sure about any other states, but in Texas, you can sell firearms without a license. Just like anything else that I've been talking about right now. But if you want to be a dealer, you have to go through some steps. You have to go through the ATF. You have to go through the FFL. I think the ATF will give you paperwork. You have to go through that. They'll check your backgrounds. They have to check everything on you. And within all that of work and stuff, it should take about 60 to 65 days until they say whether you're eligible to be a licensed dealer or not. That all depends on how your record is compared to what they're qualifying. So there's that. And what the gun show is, when you go over there, make sure you have more than one gun, because if you go over there with just like one gun, for one, you're gonna get not as much profit as what you're intending to, and two, you don't just want to like be there and sell one gun and then that's it, day's over. You want to be there for as long as you want. For one, the experience, and two is to check out, to know the people around you so they can give you tips, and also you get more profit if you sell more than one gun. And also it depends what type of gun, but that's more on another video. So another one, the last thing that I was thinking of is, let's see, I did the auction, dealers. Oh, that's right. If you go to a gun shop of any kind, I'm not too sure if it works with pawn shops, but any gun shops around your area, if you want to sell it to someone, like in the same, let's say the same states, because let's not make it a little complicated. If you want to sell something to the same person if you want to sell a gun to the person in the same state, do it in your local, tell someone in your local firearms store or shop. They'll tell you how it works and if they can or can't do it. And usually they say they're able to, because it's an FFL. They're a part of an FFL. Basically, they have the license to do transactions with firearms. And if you do it to if they do allow you, once you give them the weapon, like let's say this gun. Jesus, man, that was tight. If you give them this gun, like let's say if I give them this gun, there, it's their problem now. It's no longer yours, and it's no longer gonna be. Just because how it works with FFLs is that once they take the gun, they have full responsibility of what happens and what could happen with the firearm. And once they give it to the other person, once they give it to the person that it's trying to go for, then it's no longer the dealer's problem and it's no longer your problem. It's only the buyer's problem, just because they have the gun now. And so that's basically it. This took me about 3 days, maybe. Actually, no, this actually took me 2 days. All this that I summed up took me about 2 days. Hopefully, if whoever's watching this, you want to become a dealer or a private seller or an auctioneer, just keep watching these videos, or try to look up videos, and please tell me that there's some out there, because I've been looking for some, and that's why I'm making these, because I cannot find any. I wouldn't say I couldn't find any. I found probably 3 out of 100 videos. They were pretty helpful, and this is why I'm making these videos. For now on, I'm going to make videos about this type of content, talking about guns, talking about some history, the work I'm trying to get into right now, with being a private seller. And I'll probably talk about auctioneers too, because I'm still new to auctions and I want to learn more about it. So anyways, that's it. This is Smiley Life. Peace.